Hello and welcome back to the GG.Bet New York Invitational. It's time to see if forZe can reach that grand final in 2-0 fashion, or will Winstrike throw a bit of a curveball in and upset this series. It's Overpass. It's coming up next, and this one proves to be one that forZe aren't exactly fully comfortable on, and Winstrike should be a little bit more comfortable on.
Yeah, not coming in as favorites at least, right? Winstrike obviously picking this map. forZe is one of their least won in terms of win percentage, of course. You can only extrapolate so much from that, but matchup to matchup, I think obviously you can agree forZe is the better team here, but that doesn't always mean they're necessarily going to win every map of the series. So this is where Winstrike are looking to pull this into a third map, bring us a train. But look at the pace. I mean, we wait for no one here at the GG.Bet Invitational. It's a fast connector push, and it is a slaughter in favor of forZe. They won't expect the fourth player there, but he certainly is, and they take him down as well. What a start.
Oh no, that's just horrible. Norbert walks right in front of Jerry, and he'll take the dual Berettas. 1-0. Yeah, great start for forZe. That's exactly the start you want if you're coming into this as an underdog. And we know they technically, right, statistically, Overpass isn't their best map, but we've seen them perform on it against some of the better teams. So
without a doubt,
it's not like they can't play it.
No, of course not. I definitely love the connector stack from Winstrike there. The only counter to that is the full-on 5-man connector rush with the Glocks. But if they go party or be sure, you can really get interesting with that and burst players out through the doorway, up the stairs. But yeah, I mean, Glock training connector, that's not what you want to be up against there. USPs are not going to be great at close range. And forZe throwing mollies down in connector, good decision after how that last round went for them. Making sure it's clear this time. Triple push. No flash for this, so there's what happens, I guess.
He's controlling the sprint very well there. Flip will take one on the line, who tried to steal away. A kill there, with Edward getting one. That's about it, and it's 2-0 for forZe. They only lose one player, so that ruins the clean sheet.
I'm sure they're happy with that anyway. They lose the Mach 10 of all guns, so...
Look at that. I'm jealous.
You just see him holding down and left, down, left, down, left. That's all you need to do with that gun.
It's like a sort of a half a triangle.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's like a semi-triangle.
It feels like it should be easier, but it's not.
Yeah, it just feels wild.
Yeah. Well, no AWP yet for either side. Winstrike buying up in round number 3, and a lot of Molotovs coming through. Nades in response. No one getting damaged, though, by this. And now forZe, I mean, if they want to go up towards A, they've got to be careful. They've got to clear out party, playground, long, everything. Make sure that no one's close. And so they'll be sending players deep into connector to split with these A short players. So the time is right. Spam coming through does connect 1 damage. Double A setup here for Winstrike. One in the toilets. Elian's going to go all the way back to the site. So kvik somewhat hung out to dry here on his own. He's going to have to get a couple of kills here if he wants to make it worth his while. He's not going to worry about long at least, but of course he doesn't know that. Actually, I guess he does. He's running out with his back turn, gambling it. That is perfect. Elian is draws them in, and FaceCrack will get the trade. Knows that kvik has got to come from long, and he does. That molly might spread to him though, and Flash is good. He can go aggressive. They're all blind, but FaceCrack was hidden in the flower bed, getting another kill, and there's a follow-up. forZe opening up the A bomb site.
Bomb plant coming right through. forZe, that's extra money in the bank. It's looking good for them, but they need to complete it. They need to find the third here. As Winstrike playing close, they've realized they probably have to give up the coach to this point. There's no kit alive on any of them. 2 flashbangs. They'll just carry the M4s into the next one, or at least attempt to do so. And forZe will go up 3-0 on the T side. And this is where we expect to see a lot of the rounds won from forZe, right? We see the T side always come through, and it's always the side where forZe do their best work. So them getting the start on that side, I think they'll be pretty happy with it, because they can dictate the pace, and when they move on to the more favored side of the CT side on Overpass, well, they know how many they have to win.
Fantastic start, though, to this map again. Looking to 2-0 the series on Winstrike's map pick. Easier said than done, especially considering how Winstrike brought them to the wire on Nuke, rather. Yeah. 16-14 win if you did miss that one. And if you missed it, you really missed a spectacle. Explosive game, as I'm sure this one will be too, but Winstrike for now will have to take a bit of a slower round now. I will say, from what we saw from Winstrike against BPro yesterday, look out for these kinds of rounds where they have pistols, armor, and a couple of guns here and there, because Winstrike won 3 of them in a row to actually shut down BPro, who were about to win this map, and surely would have won the map if they closed out their anti-ecos, anti-force buys. So even though Winstrike aren't favored in these rounds, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
It's almost nice to have that in your locker, right? Just that you can pull a run win off the back of barely anything. I think some of the best teams that win a lot of these games and have upset potential and stuff are the teams that have that potential to win on pistols. And while Bombstick will sit back inside of the B bomb site, forZe taking their time. They should know they're going up against a weaker buy here, so they're giving it respect, but they also know that they have the strength in numbers, and forZe have been a really solid team at just sort of moving through and cutting through them.
Oh, double short push, there's a kill. It gets traded immediately back into a 4-on-4, so Alien's pushed all the way up on A, and well, now we can see a bit of a B stack. forZe going to go right into it. All Winstrike needs to do is delay this push, but they have no utility to do so. One flashbang just to try and hold them back for a couple of seconds. Alien's flanking connector though, not Monster. And Edward's fallen off. That looked accidental, but he will recover well. He gets one, doubles it as well as Flip pushes up. Facecrack does get a kill from the barrels, and Edward gets double peaked, so no more than that. And now this flank, it's coming into play, but they're more than ready for it. And Facecrack will find Alien. Nice try. If Alien wrapped Monster, maybe he would have gotten more done, but wasn't to know. And forZe 4-0 to begin this map on the T side. Winstrike, they're going to have that AWP, they're going to have the full rifles. Z-Power even has the option, and yeah, he goes right for it. And that's what we like to see. AWP battle, very possibly can come down here in middle. Alien has the best spawn on A as well, so we're likely going to see that. Ooh, maybe not.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be the big 5-man boost over the top. And it's going to be spotted. Edward's ready for it. That is brilliant. And he's looking for more as well. He's got that early kill, and the spray coming through. It's Norbert tapping the shoes away, but Almeza and Flit, they pull it right back.
How?
And even after that start, forZe just get 2 kills out of nowhere.
Yeah, flitting the connector and obviously getting that trade to Norbert down at Monster. He only gets 1 kill. Alien, though, starting things off again with the AWP pushed up on the playground, and you could see that they weren't ready for it. Almeza with a nade, that's going to be nice, but Edward, he's still in this position. He can just smoke it off. Bonding's going to close the gap, but they're not ready for a second player in position, but he gets fully blinded, almost runs out of ammo, and gets sorted out by Edward. Winstrike will find their first gun round, but forZe can still buy back in and make things interesting.
Pause coming through. Winstrike. Well, they've got to realize that it's not easy at this point. It is a technical pause. And the player from forZe has dropped off the server, but Winstrike, they do have to realize that even though they might be going up against a weaker buy in terms of utility, forZe they've shown that they don't really need the utility, right? they show that they can just take headshots. And that's such a scary factor to go up against. So Winstrike, good showings here, I have to say, that they look prepared on Overpass. You know, Edward being ready for that boost. It's just shows that they play it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. forZe also, you know, they can use this tech pause as attack as well, work out what they want to do. This round's extremely important, right? If they get this reset win onto Winstrike, you know, the money's not good at all. So forZe can really just start to dominate the T side. This can go 2 ways. Winstrike suddenly breaking, basically whoever wins this money breaks the other team's money, right? So they're going to start to streak some rounds together. If forZe start to streak at 4-1, well, this T side's going to be over already. They're going to have done their job before, you know, we're even halfway through the map. So
it comes as close as it can in this current economy state to having that full reset, right?
Yeah. I still like to use the word reset, even though it's not necessarily, you know, true in the same way that it was.
Yeah, it used to be okay. Well, you've won a whole lot in a row. Finally, you win one, and then you lose one straight away. You'd be screwed for the rest of the half.
I still prefer it. But
I think I prefer the old economy system as well.
I think there was a nice mid ground. You know, I like the change to the first round loss bonus. You know, starting on 1900 rather than the 1400. Honestly, I wouldn't even be against just removing the $1,400 loss bonus completely. That being said, at the same time, teams that are on like 9 win streaks, maybe I'm regretting saying that already.
I think the problem here is that teams, it rewards losers in a way as well.
It's a Mario Kart effect.
Yeah, that's true. You get the big rocket.
Exactly.
And if you're first, you get a shell.
No one's getting the queen mushroom in first place. Like, they're already first place.
It's like sports day. Everyone's a winner.
Wow, that's cute. Participation award.
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah.
If I win, I want to win.
I just never showed up for a sports day ever. I was like 10 years old. I just bailed.
You didn't want to compete in the egg and spoon race you got.
I hate sports.
Egg and spoon race is it's my specialty.
The couple of years I did have to do sports day, I did a long jump.
Oh, okay. So we're talking proper athletics.
Because no one wanted to do it. Yeah, we didn't have the egg and spoon race. We weren't like.
I'm talking about primary school.
All right, mate. Okay.
Real sports day. No, that was
Real
fun.
sports day.
I have a funny story. I got
Whoa,
banned.
don't discriminate on sports day. Sorry, carry on.
I got disqualified from the javelin because I brought a curry chip onto the pitch or whatever the hell it's called.
Why would you get disqualified for that?
Because I was eating fast food while I was about to throw the javelin, and my PE teacher just disqualified me.
It's not the Olympics.
You know how happy I was that I got disqualified. I could go and eat my chips.
Yeah.
Or fries, if anybody doesn't know what chips are.
Yeah, not crisps.
Yeah.
Curry crisps. That would be
curry crisps. Well, I mean, Golden Wonder have these amazing curry crisps.
I'm all for it. I like curry. I like crisps. Put them together.
Put them together, make a curry crisp.
Never really beat Sensation's chili.
Well, that is the best. That is the best crisp crisp you can
Crip
get.
you can get.
Crip, yep.
Yeah, I prefer Bloods myself. But, Yikes.
Chicken sandwiches, a little bit of Sensations. That is the meal.
There we go.
Tesco's meal deal.
You really are a man of chicken choice, aren't you?
I love chicken.
Doesn't matter what's happening.
Don't like pickles.
Or mustard.
We met a man last night, and he told me that the main part of a burger was a pickle.
Yeah, he was wrong.
He was wrong. The meat is the main part of the burger.
Pickles are great.
Unless
though.
you're a vegan, and then it's not meat, is it? It's like mushed up things.
Mushed up things.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as vegetables.
Horrible things, right?
Clearly you don't eat many of them.
I do. I like specific vegetables. I hate cauliflower. What's your favorite vegetable?
Ooh, carrot.
Carrots are pretty good. I like sweet corn. Does potato count as a vegetable? It does. It does, surely.
It's like, it's not earth, but it's like bread. I hope someone gets that reference.
I don't.
No, don't worry.
Yeah, the vegetables they're pretty good. I hate when they're frozen. I like them fresh.
Yeah. Why are we talking about food?
Because I'm hungry.
How's your spaghetti going right now?
I don't know. By the time it gets here, it'll be cold, and then I'll have to eat cold spaghetti.
What a hard life.
I should have ordered chicken. You can never go wrong with chicken. Unless it's not cooked, and then you're dead.
Does salmonella kill you?
Can do.
If you're really weak.
If you have no vaccines.
Yeah. Wait, what? Injecting yourself with a small part of a disease cures the disease? No. I don't believe this. I'm off to my Facebook groups.
Those people know what they're talking about. Why would you believe these scientists?
Anyone can get a science degree.
It is true.
Yeah. If you work for it.
Yeah.
Except Karen.
There's so many law degrees these days. That's a big problem.
Sounds like you're starting a stand-up sketch.
That's I do.
Two lawyers walk into a bar.
Yeah. God.
They sue each other. Immediately.
That would be messy.
Oh, we're just waiting for a reconnection for Z-Power over on the side of forZe. Obviously, we're hearing some typing. Not sure what's going on, but maybe some connection issues. Either way, I'm sure forZe want to get back into this and keep that rampant pace. I love it when you have a long tactical pause like this and you just resume it by going for an immediate rush, you know. Winstrike, definitely got to be ready for it. You can see CTs get caught out by that a lot. And I mean, a CIS team with a fast play, well, that's nothing to be surprised about. So definitely watch out if that comes through for forZe. I think they're going to be leaning away from doing that 5-man boost, because obviously, you know, it's really effective and it's pretty low risk. But if a team is watching for it at the start of every round, they're going to have the advantage. As you can see, I mean, Edward was already spamming the position as the players were lining up. So
yeah,
I imagine that Winstrike are going to be very much on top of that. When they know forZe have the AWP, they definitely want to be looking out for those boosts. Yesterday, when we had Winstrike play this map, we actually had the same boost come through, but at the same time, we had BPro. I think it was BPro going for the stack and spawn, and then we had Winstrike boosting up that triple boost on sandbags, and kvik got caught at the top. Do hate to see it, but we're back in Dinko. We're going right into round number 6 here of map number 2. Winstrike's pick. They're down 1-0 right now. They lost Nuke 16-14. They put up a terrific fight, but they're going to need to do a lot more here on Overpass. Already starting off slowly. AWP is in the hands of Elian. He's got an alright spawn for this A peak. And we don't have an AWP for forZe.
We don't, but we have got an SG. We'll see that if that can challenge, as Elian is going to be peeking in towards middle. He won't spot anybody, and he has to fall away in towards the toilets. And Z-Power, the rest of the boys, flashing their way through towards middle as FaceCrack is the front man in the charge. Elian waiting for it, spots the head. They get the info though that the AWP is back in toilet, so they can see what they can do. They can start to put pressure on that position. Only problem is kvik is in the connector, and we'll see what he can do. He hasn't spotted anybody cross just yet, but he's just trying to lock that position down on his own. And eventually, forZe start to push forward as they gather inside of the toilets. Definitely signaling they want to go for an A hit.
Good bit of utility still left for this, but this AWP, oh, he saw that leg. He's patiently waiting for the repeat, the barrel. Oh, he knows he's close. FaceCrack walks right into it. Still a trade coming through for Jerry, who drops Edward inside of the site. And that nade is nice and chunky. A follow-up, Elian is being bombarded, and Z-Power going to jump around the corner. Doesn't get much worse than that. They're ready for the flank as kvik flashes himself through the smoke. And Bondik and Norbert, again, the B players probably looking to save. It's always rough being the rotates in. You know that you can have very little effect on how this round plays out. And chances are forZe have picked up a 5th, and Winstrike, yeah, they're going to give it to them, looking to save down on this B bomb site. forZe already beginning to hunt. You can see Flitz moving around towards that connector, but Norbert is on the angle, or was at least. Still a very good headshot position here. He's waiting for contact. He can decide when to peek. But Flit just around the corner. Oh, it's going to be close, and Flit goes the wrong way, so he avoids death for now, and Winstrike will save 2 guns.
Good answer for forZe. Really solid answer. And well, 5-1. If you had any questions as to whether that pause is going to disrupt forZe, definitely not. Quite the opposite, in fact. And well, the AWP's back in the hands of Z-Power.
Yeah, I like how they don't go for the predictable B rush, but they still go for a fast round to get in the face of Winstrike very early. Like lots of flashes, quick up towards that A site. They were executing within 30 seconds of the round. And yeah, just only 2 players there to stop them. And that was clearly not enough.
It'll be Z-Power. Looking through middle. He did have an opportunity, but kvik will actually fall back with the line backing him up. He is going to be on the glass cannon as they come in towards him. Nearly the shot. And kvik now has to step up as FaceCrack comes in towards him. He walks past, takes damage, and the smoke will come in. So kvik can stay alive. It's on to Elian to see if he can hold in towards the toilets. Flash will go in towards the mid position. Still pressure being put on as Norbert will take away Almazer. kvik still in the toilets, but forZe, they're just falling further back. But Z-Power continues to take the fights. And while he's taking the kill on the Elian, the second kill comes in as well onto kvik. And he's doing it all here for forZe.
Great entry kills coming through, and considering they just lost a B player early on, Winstrike are going to get aggressive off the back of that. Norbert, he's pushed up on Monster through the smoke as well. No flash needed, so forZe have no idea that this has gone down, and in fact they look to execute onto B. They're sending the bomb through spawn. Norbert has such a valuable position here. If they don't check it, they could be in a world of hurt. You can see they're being very cautious about their corners though, so surely they keep their eye on this position. As well with Flit coming through, he'll certainly be able to trade if needed, but Norbert should have a kill guaranteed. Jerry jumping, and he almost converts the spray to a second. FaceCrack getting dropped eventually with that bomb. 20 seconds, Bondik doesn't realize the player's got ahead of his nade, and Bondik still reacts in time, gets that kill. 1 on 2 here. Z-Power, he's not even going to go for it. He goes full Jame and saves back in spawn. It makes sense considering the money. If they had nothing, I would have liked to see him go for this, even with the time being so low. But if he saves this, they can get somewhat of a buy in the follow-up round. Yeah, he's had enough of that one. Don't blame him. I mean, do they even really buy here? Yeah, okay, they're going to go for it. They only have three rifles, really.
Well, it's going to be a Mac-10 that has a face crack, and I actually like to see this because it gives you some space to work with. You can send that in as the man to get the info. It can be a very fast and high-octane player that can be hard to keep track of. We'll see if he can find some impact with that. It's going to be face crack crossing over with that Mac-10 over towards Playground, with Z-Power heading his way up towards short.
Ooh.
He'll take quite a bit of damage, but he's still close in the position.
Lucky.
He's looking for the kill. No one peeking. No, they're both on the right side, and Almeza will take away Norbert, backing up his teammate and covering off his blind side.
Deep monster smoke. Jerry does not want to go through that. And with the pick, forZe don't need to commit. They can back off and just try and force rotations down towards his B site. That they've done with their utility going in very early. So 3 out of the 4 players down here on B. kvik still lurking around the toilets. He is always going to be found there, so forZe should be aware of that. He commits to these positions for so long, and it's extremely important that forZe are aware. You can see they're slowly emerging towards the toilet. Still flashes going through Monster will keep Winstrike's attention diverted, and kvik, oh, he has just missed the timing. They've walked right past him, and they've not made a noise while doing it. forZe are going to be able to uncover this MTA site. Now, Z-Power, he could get caught in rotation because he's making a lot of noise, and kvik is waiting for this contact. Z-Power takes a look. kvik calling for the rotates back up towards A, and I think at this point they realize, uh-oh, it's been done. forZe are all over the A site. And, I mean, Winstrike, this is going to be a very difficult round. It all has to come down to kvik. Oh, no. He's not even going to get a chance. forZe already got aggressive in the CT spawn before that, so you're hoping that kvik can come in on the retake in that 4-on-5 and get a couple of kills, but before he can even show his face, forZe get 2 more picks on those B rotators. They were far deeper than Winstrike knew.
And it feels like when you have these back and forth runs and you really expect it to be competitive, that's when forZe step up and keep all 5 players alive and they just win it convincingly. And that's really, really difficult to keep track of for Winstrike, because if it is going to be back and forth, you're winning rounds and then you're losing them, it's always going to favor the T-side economy. And if they can keep all 5 players alive, that's going to build so much cash up, and well, they're in a pretty good position at the minute to do so. And the odds definitely favoring forZe here, even on the map pick of Winstrike. 5.57 to that of Winstrike, 1.12 for forZe.
We still are expecting more dominant T-sides, though, with these teams.
Definitely.
Even on this map.
We've seen that so many times.
Yeah.
Even on the most CT side of affairs, so yeah, we know they just love the T-sides.
Good old AK-47s and the Kriegs.
Yeah. There's no real answer for the Krieg, is what a lot of pro players are currently saying, with the AUG nerf. What is there to really challenge that Krieg?
Warp, really, and even then, Almeza checking all the spots, looking for the triple boost. It's not going to be an eco round. Rarely see that employed on a rifle due to the lack of monster presence you have as a result. There's a boost up for Norbert in the corner. Ooh. Clearing out connector as well. 3 players toilet side here for Winstrike, but forZe looking like they want to execute onto B without the info. Ooh, Z-Power forgot the bomb rather. Boost up towards barrel spots nothing, and this is good info for forZe. They can, oh, that's great. The jump actually spots 1 monster player, not 2, but that's at least enough info to be aware that Winstrike could be running this 2-sided setup, left and right. Norbert giving away the fact that he is in this corner. The forZe read it though. They actually have enough of B. They rotate that bomb back up towards the top site, and at the worst time possible, Winstrike rotate players down towards B. So unfortunate for them, but it could get good considering there's only 30 seconds left. forZe need to speed it up, and back down through the connector they go. This bomb has gone round the world, and now it needs to hit this B site.
Well, Jerry starting to come through with the SG. He's the right corner, that's the kill coming right through. Can he find the follow-up? No, as Bontic stands tall, Flit and Almeza though, they find the kills. And Edward and kvik left in a very difficult position, with Almeza looking towards the connector. He has the number of kvik, and he dials the Grim Reaper at 7-2, and forZe are looking solid again on the T side. And well, it's not going to look much better here for Winstrike. The money, it's okay for a couple of upgraded pistols if they want to get that through. but we're mostly looking at an 8-2 here already on the T side.
Yeah.
And you're going into it with a ready, at least a run lead, so things are looking good for the forZe side. I was about to say CIS, but they're both from there.
Yeah, I mean, even though we expected T-sided games, this is a stop right now.
Yep.
We need turnaround for Winstrike. We need some rounds when they hit the guns. Nice nade. Norbert getting volleyed as well. He actually pushes through it on B short. Why not? It's only an eco. Health doesn't really matter. Flash up on A. Alien going to get aggressive. He does find a blind player, but he can't kill him. He checks the wrong corner. Tucks back in. Jerry definitely checking this one, and he will take him down. The AWP even following up on top of this A site. So 2 picks to forZe's name. And still 3 more to find. Ooh. Oh, that's a shot.
That's quite beautiful from FaceCrack, Norbert, and the Bondic. They're into a 2v5, and Flit, he's waiting for that. He knows he had to become desperate at that point, and Norbert walks right into the waiting arms as Bondic with the CZ. He's just hoping he can get at least 1 or 2 frags here. Anything he grabs is a bonus. FaceCrack will slowly walk towards him, even with the crouch peek, the instant headshot. So, bam. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, FaceCrack had a really rough game on Nuke as well. He was like 5 kills at halftime. I don't know how he ended, but it wasn't much better.
I think he might have just hit double figures.
Yeah, maybe, if you're lucky. So him getting a few confidence kills on these anti-ecos is what we like to see. Obviously, a lot of the time on Nuke, he was just that entry player. You're running into the bomb sites, and on Nuke as a T-side entry player, you're going to die a lot, right? Yeah. You're just going to be running into the A site and getting picked from one of the many rafter positions. So you've got to remember that. It's not just all coming down to stats. But at least confidence building kills in this second map. Aggression up on short. I don't think they were ready for that Molotov to have been faded. Jerry was already up, and Norbert didn't look to be scoped on that position. Double kill from Jerry with the Krieg. He always is so good with that gun. He's going to hit the tag as well. Edward caught in no man's land, and that will be forZe again with another round. They just get 3 entries within a second, and with no trades from Winstrike, they can't even consider going for this.
And that's a gun run from Winstrike, and it just feels like it was an eco. forZe just picked them apart, and there's no trade, there's nothing there for Winstrike. They just aren't looking competitive at all. And yeah, I just had a look to confirm, and Jerry, shall I say, FaceCrack, he had 9 kills at the end of that last map. And that is a complete contrast as to what he's got right now. So things are looking really solid for forZe. Everything is going well for them. And I have to say, quite the opposite for Winstrike. Nothing's working for them. They had some early signs of life, but then they haven't been able to put 2 together. They win 1, but they lose it straight away.
And will that change? Well, are they going to find their footing near the end of this half? Because we are reaching that 4 in a row for forZe. Had no problem getting onto these bomb sites.
It's not too late, at least. I mean, if you can salvage the half to 10-5, 9-6, we know how strong the T-sides are. It's still doable. But they can't let it go too much further than this, really. That's when it starts to become a bit more difficult.
Well, they're buying anyway. These 2 save guns do allow the CTs to get a decent weapon round in. Obviously still a high old loss bonus. Yeah, but look, Edward's waiting for that 5-man boost. forZe aren't going for any boosts anytime soon. They are just winning these aggressive rounds, so keep it up. Especially when you know that Winstrike are aware of what you like to do with that tower. Smoke towards the front of toilets cuts off the line of sight for Ellie, and it actually keeps him committed towards short side, and well, the push is coming in through long. Edward rotating up from B is going to have the scout up on APC, so he can watch for this play, but he needs to hit headshots if he wants immediate kills, because Z-Power, he's certainly going to be connecting shots to this AWP. FaceCrack even clearing out the toilets. They haven't found Elian just yet, but that flash, he dodges. Doesn't retreat back. He gets flashed back in. There's a spot from Edward. Gets some info over towards this A side of things. The bomb is still dropped passive, and forZe still have players outside of Monster, so at any point they can rotate round, and that's what's happening now. Jerry's picking up the bomb. He's taking it B side. Winstrike going to smoke off A long, but if anything, that denies them the information and may make them overcommit to A. They've got 3 players there right now.
40 seconds. 4 of the players outside of the B bomb site. Smoke's still down, and that is going to sever their information flow in towards the B bomb site for the meantime. And while Norbert's in behind that, Some resmelt comes in towards short. They're just trying to delay, and kvic's got the kill on the Z-Power. That's a big player to drop. Did kvik spot the player towards the door, though? That's the question. He surely hears them if he doesn't see them, and well, that will be the kill from Jerry coming right in. Good trade, but Norbert gets aggressive, and that's the bomb. With 12 seconds left, it's not going to happen, but he moves into the open, and that'll be the kill. He's given up the bomb, but there's no time for the plant, and his job done.
Oh, what a blunder. What a massive error from forZe. They take too long on that default. And that kill from kvik, it just makes so much chaos happen that they have to turn back. They have to double back to focus on getting that kill. As a result, the bomb player is left on his own. And all it takes is one untraded frag for Winstrike to pick it up. kvik does such a good job there as well. The reason Z-Power didn't expect him in connector, because forZe hadn't cleared it, was that they ran through bottom con, they blew open the door, and they didn't do it silently as well. They just ran through, and kvik didn't try and take the fight. He let them pass, knowing he could catch rotates from those A players or B players going back up. So the patient, silent play from kvik pretty much wins the round, along with that bomb drop. 9-3 here for forZe. It's still a damn dominant T side, but Winstrike have picked up a crucial round.
I like the attempt there from Alien to try and see what he can find towards middle, but it's not too much. FaZe looking to be that entry force towards the long position. He's got the backup of Z-Power for long-range fights as well. But no one from the CT side wanting to peek. No one wants to be the man to give up that early kill, and unfortunately it's kvik this time. FaZe, he does drop him, and the strength of forZe here has been their ability to answer right back. And FaZe cracking faces open at the minute. 5-3, he keeps pushing forward as Edward has dropped to 26. The flash will go through the smoke, and under a minute left for the bomb plant coming in. forZe are in control.
Yeah, I mean, that's an understatement really at this point. 10 rounds, and the half isn't even done. This is T-side overpass, and oh no, it's going to be a knife-to-knife fight. Oh, quick switch is perfect, but Norbert is there as well. He turns the corner with his gun ready. Gun can be dropped to Bond, they could get to that AK-47, but still losing players on the back. Flit has cut them off. He knows that, well, at least one of these guys has to be around the T-spawn area, and they've pushed Playground as well. They've got them boxed in. Not a lot of time, so we might not see any more kills, but forZe are at least hoping that they get given gunfights. However, checking deep connector is going to keep them here for too long. And there's another frag for Norbert, so there's something for Winstrike, but I'm really, pulling at straws here.
Yeah. Well, I think Winstrike will be pulling at every straw possible to get a buy-in. XM for Edward. I mean, it can work. I guess we have to be. We have to remain positive.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, just throw it in anywhere. Connector is certainly a position it could be played. That is generally the area he will be in. And well, he's got the XM. He's got backup towards the top from Elian. Oh, I love this. This is brilliant. Nice boost over the top of short. That's the bomb drop. Bondnik has the early kill, but Amazer in with the trade. He's looking for the follow-up, and he's got that as well. Again, forZe, they answer. They've got instant answers. Edward will pick up one on the XM, but really it's just a consolation frag.
Yeah, I love that Almazer, the second that he hears that boost is in play, he just runs, W's into the site, knowing that Winstrike, even if they deconstruct that kill immediately like they did, he's going to be able to catch players that are on short, trying to move back inside of the site. And he does an excellent job of getting the openers there. 3 kills for him in that round. And Winstrike, I mean, this save doesn't even matter, really, because they can buy up fully next round. The difference it could make is Edward can drop the AWP rather than making Elian buy it, which allows him to have more utility. But other than that, it doesn't really matter. That being said, not like you should go for this 1-on-3 with 20 health, 30 health. So 11 rounds to forZe at the half, and this 2-0 is creeping up on us.
It's certainly looking like the most likely of outcomes.
Do you want the auto shutty back? Probably not.
He's like, I really like that gun. But it's going to be 11-3. forZe. Could this be an indomitable half? And then 12-3, or will it be 11-4? I feel like there's a big difference between 12-3 and 11-4, though. Comebacks do happen from 11-4. They rarely happen from 12-3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, regardless of the score, I don't think forZe care, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is already excellent. Like, getting 9 rounds plus on T-side overpasses is just fantastic. Even, you know, taking into account that these teams like the T-side. This is something else, unaccounted for. But let's see if Winstrike can salvage that last round.
Oh, Fizz cracked. He's done this so many times where he's just been the front man, but he takes a lot of damage on board, and this time he's dealt with by Norbert. May as well be the follow-up there. Refragger doing his work, but Bontic will take 2 before he falls, and it will be a 2v3 advantage just there on the CT side. And forZe, it's the first time in a while they've had the disadvantage.
Oh, that flash is good. Face crack's not ready for Edward inside of that smoke, but the nade is out and the trade is in. Winstrike will win. 1 more round, 4 at the half.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at that scoreboard, mate. Like they are not putting rounds together. And considering Z Power is 4-4, right? That just shows like it's not like he's having a bad game. He's barely dying. He's not seeing anyone. He's not losing his jewels. He's just not needed.
And it's good to see. That's a positive sign in a way, because it's Z Power not being reckless because they're winning. You know, he's not making the wrong decision and just going aggressive. Like, I need these kills. I want to just force myself into these positions. They're just playing the same system, and they're letting Face crack to do the job. And if he's finding all the kills, it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, you have to be a team player, and you'll get plenty of options or opportunities coming into the second half to do so on the CT side. Winstrike need this pistol really badly.
Understatement of the year, I think.
And also more so, they need to find the follow-up. If they win the pistol, they can't afford to just lose the next round, because that's something that forZe have in their back pocket as well. So certainly not an easy feat for Winstrike here. It's going to be very impressive if they pull it back.
Well, pause definitely needed before we get into this one. More for Winstrike than anything. Wonder what pace they'll be choosing to set in this pistol round. If you think back to the first pistol in this map, it was forZe fast playing that connector with everyone, pretty much, 4 out of 5 players. And same story for Winstrike. They had a 4-man stack and it got completely melted. So maybe not a repeat of that one. I do love a good old connector rush. That's like my favorite eco setup on this map. If you have like a P250 round, armor or no armor, you can win these a lot. If you send 5 players down connector, run up connector to A short, and just try and get on the site. Obviously a little different at this level, but on a pistol round strat, definitely fun to see. I mean, it worked out for forZe at least.
There's a really nice flash buying you can use in connector as well, where it's kind of, you get in the corner, you get everyone on the stairs, you underarm throw it, and you literally can't see it from the T side. If you're pushing up through connector, it just blinds everyone.
What, through that little hole?
Yeah, there's a little tiny, well, no, actually, it's over the top of a little sprinkler that's in the roof. If you line it up properly, kind of like an underarm throw, it kind of just bursts before it goes around the corner. And it stops every single T coming in towards the connector and just blinds them all.
I love the Stewie flash where you crouch and aim at the top of the stairs and like bounce it backwards behind you through the gap to get into B short. I use that a lot. But yeah, connector stack for forZe. Winstrike, not the same story. They have slowed down the pace. They are going for a default here. And forZe are so keen, so aggressive. Pushed up on short. They have every player here. They've completely forfeited the A site. Winstrike are going to get it for free if they keep on pushing forward. See if Winstrike try and go down into con. If they do, that's where these connector stacks can be very, very good for the CTs. Bit of a bait and switch setup with face crack there. And the flank as well. They're going to potentially even flank B, and that's not the call to make. Luckily, they realize it's an A play. They've already heard the footsteps pass them on the site. They don't have a kit for retake. That's why I don't like these setups. If you're going to go for a full-on stack where you forfeit sites, you should always have a kit, in my opinion. 4 on 5 already, Winstrike. This is their chance to get back in. That bomb has been dropped, though, and they need to get the bomb plant. Oh, sorry, it's actually going down. Looked like it'd been left, but plant is in for Winstrike. Edward hears these rotations, but missed shot. Cannot afford to have this at this rate. Double peek, and he is going to regret taking those first few bullets out. Bondik has to find the 1-on-3, and oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh, everyone has had that moment happen, but that is just horrible.
The second you miss one bullet, you're like, oh no, damage control, ta 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 ta.
And then you start firing too fast, and you're completely inaccurate. Sometimes the easiest shots to hit are the hardest to hit. So 12-4. Sadly, that was a pistol that Winstrike really, really needed. And forZe, well, they hit 12. That puts them 4 away. And we have to see it again.
He was moving,
do we really have to
He was
see it again?
Shaking. Ugh. Don't rub it in. Come
Oh,
on,
and again,
don't rub it in.
Here we go. I mean, his crosshair is on his head, but he is moving.
He's moving, yeah. And he's also tracking behind Almeza. If he just aims in front of him, he gets the kill, but he's like tracking him behind.
That's just when the keyboard keys just fly in the air.
WASD, WASD.
Well, here we go. 12-4. Not what I was expecting coming into this. I knew there was a possibility forZe could take Overpass, but not in this fashion.
Especially considering how good Winstrike looked back on Nuke, right? Like, you know, it was a map that they can play, but they made it so close. Great shot for Kvik.
Yeah, one of his few kills he's collected, and well, it's definitely a beautiful one. Z-Power hits towards the bottom of this, highs towards the bottom of the stairs as Jerry walks around the corner. It'll be Norbert. Z-Power picks up one, the second coming in as well, and well, he's making up for the lack of action in the first half.
He's making up for the money as well. He's going to have that AWP soon if he keeps up these SMG kills, but Bondik is waiting for him to re-aggress up in connector. He might just take this safe rotation back to A, but no, he's going to come up through con. And this bomb is still here. If Bondik loses this fight, the round might just be over as a result. Edward waits for face crack, but he doesn't move through that smoke. And I wonder if Z-Power heard Bondik go up towards A. Even if he didn't, he's found the timing to flank connector. Face crack realizes they're on top of the A site. That's when this flank is going to be activated. But what a shot from Edward, making up for that pistol round, taking him down. And now Z-Power, we talk about him making money. He's got to do that and more here with the UMP.
Well, 1v2. Z-Power comes back in through the stairs. Nice headshot onto towards Edward. Bondik, the last man standing. He's hiding behind the truck, and this needs to be a big play from Z-Power. The quad kill has to come through, and he's looking for it. Bondik behind. He's going to tap the bomb. Bondik's playing it well. He's wrapping around the back, but the defuse is coming through, and there it is. Bondik makes it happen, and it will be one on the board for Winstrike. The first step of a long walk back into this.
The only position he didn't check was behind truck.
Yeah.
That's a rough one, but very good play from Bondik there. And of course, Edward to get those not only openers, but also catch that first rotate in the 2-on-2. Single-handedly made that round a reality for Winstrike, and not even a force buy. That was an eco. They had a couple of armored players and deagles, but by and large, they were saving $2,000+. So forZe going to be forcing up as you would expect at this scoreline, but let's not. I hope Winstrike don't get ahead of themselves here. That is exactly why.
Yeah, because Z-Power does that. Lands a good bit of damage onto the AWPer of Elian. They're going to go back for more, and he's going to take a second shot. Oh, it's Edward this time. Doing good damage here, softening the opponents and making them so weak. So these pistols can take all the damage onto them, but it's a Lion who'll take away Z-Power. Finally, the nuisance is gone, but he's done his damage.
Yeah, 3 players on 10 HP. I mean, that is rough here for Winstrike. These pistols are going to be so much more effective now. Just one bullet needed. Norbert and Bondik have got to bail out their team. I don't know why they kept going back into that scout as well. Definitely a decision I'll come to regret.
They probably thought, oh, he's taking this first shot. Surely he's fallen away. But Z-Power's just standing there. He's like, keep coming.
No
Thank
fear.
you very much.
Oh, no. This is a free AK, if I've ever seen it before.
Jerry with the 5-7. Here's Kvik on the other end. Only needs one bullet. Oh, yeah.
That was a B short molly.
Goes into the wall instead.
We have an A stack here. And Winstrike with 20 seconds are walking right into it.
This is the best chance for forZe to find a win. As they start to come on through, smoke onto the Optimus. Molotov goes in towards Bank. No one from forZe giving away that they're here on the bomb site as they start to run in. Norbert with the first headshot. Still no kills from forZe, but there it is. Finally they step in as Flip will get one, but it's damage control. Winstrike coming out on top. It's Jerry, 1v3. All the players are low, and there's the first kill. Second could come in here as well. It's Edwards close to the truck. Jerry wrapping around, he's still 100 on him, but Kvik with the headshot. It's 6 on the board for Winstrike, but again, scary times.
Yeah, I love how Winstrike play that round, right? The 2 players that actually cross from toilets to the site because they're playing contact are Norbert and Bondik, the only players with 100 health. The other 3 sit back and play the post plant. And even though it gets dicey, right, Jerry certainly could have won that round. You know, Kvik was covering Edward, who wasn't committing to a fight. Nice and passive. Now forZe, yeah, they got to take an eco. They got to finally give up a round for free here. This could be Winstrike's route back into the game. 12-7 it should be after this round. Lots of nades middle, but it's actually a long stack. Luckily, Elian's watching for it.
Flash come over the top. And they go around the corner, and well, they're met with
That's the
hellfire, and that is the bomb. Almeida does get it, the ball rolls to their feet, but it's Edward who takes 2. Looking for more action here, though, as forZe continue forward. It's Z-Power with 3. It's a 2v1 as Norbert's into a 1v2, and this is the most horrible way to make this happen as Winstrike walk right into the stack, and Norbert walks around the corner. Z-Power looking for the quad kill, but it's the youngster on Winstrike who picks up the headshot, and it's into a 1v1. Fist crack behind him, and the headshot is in. It's 13-6 and forZe. That is perfect.
That's a full eco. A full eco. I love what forZe do there. And, you know, they have the bomb, but instead of just slowing down and trying to protect it with the man advantage, they just keep pushing, just Wing into the 5-man push of Winstrike, and those pistols so effective up close.
Yeah. It feels like every time Winstrike just sort of have one of these runs that should be free, they walk right into the force stack every single time.
And it's so funny as well, considering that was what Winstrike used to their advantage to beat BPro yesterday on this map. They were winning those rounds. They were winning these ecos, these force buys, these pistol rounds against guns, and now it's their own medicine that poisons them. Should have read the label. Out of date. Get out the server. forZe 13-6 on map number 2. And it's Winstrike forcing up. They have an AWP. That's a spot, but...
What? That is sick.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that either. Elian taking away Z-Power, jump spots to get the lineup, and bangs his head right off. Man advantage for Winstrike.
Oh my dear lord. I didn't even know you could wallbang that. I was like, okay, cool, he's got the info, but surely he's not going to get a kill. Bam. That is fantastic. And they've got a second AWP as well to play with these Deagles. Well, Elian, he's not done yet.
He wants to make it happen for Winstrike. He's not done at all. 2-man advantage for Winstrike. Almazer looking for the trade. He will get it barely as he has to fall away. Here comes the push from Winstrike. One's already crossed. Almazer has no idea, but he gets the kill. That's the bomb on the floor, looking for the third. As Norbert crosses towards Bike, he's not safe yet, but he goes back and takes the fight. He wins it. It's a 2v3.
But the bomb got dropped. That's to delay these T's from getting the plant. They could even get aggressive towards B here, but they would walk into that rotate of Jerry down below. Face crack, catching the AWP, moving out of position, but Norbert's ready for the long take. Face crack, jumping, and he's going to hit the shot on the land as well. Kvik now, 1-on-2, AWP in hand. He's going to push the smoke. No scope connects, but luck that isn't lucky enough.
It looked like Winstrike might have just done it with that innovative play.
I want to see that replay.
I really want to see that again.
Yeah. Here it is, surely. Yeah. Spots the head, bam, from the fountain. So he's on the top right of the fountain there. Keep that in mind, ladies and gents. Halvor, have you seen anything like that before? No. That's when you know it's new.
Yeah, when you know it's new. Halvor with, he said some very exciting words. Yeah.
And I agree, frankly.
Yeah, so do I. That is beautiful. Well, we'll see Z-Power. Oh, what a flick. That lands on the Bondik. Man advantage forZe. 15-6. I'm sure we'll see that that wallbind come through quite a bit. That's why Overpass is probably my favorite map.
I'm writing that down right now so I can steal it.
That's why Overpass is my favorite map, honestly.
Yeah, how are we still finding stuff like this in 2019?
Ooh, Z-Power's so quick. He spots a pixel, and he nearly lands that shot. He'll go back around the corner this time. Just inaccurate, really. And it will be Flit dropping Edward. A follow-up coming through. Map point looking to come through here for forZe. And series point. They'll head to the grand final if they can pick up one more round.
Oh, nice shot from Norbert, but will it be enough? I'm hesitant to say so. He's going to go with the Deagle. Oh, there's a third. He knows where he is, but he can only get damaged. 3 HP the difference, and this is looking like a locked-in game, a locked-in grand final spot for forZe. They need one rifle round. Great shots by Norbert, but at this point, there's no individual prowess that can bail Winstrike out of this scoreline. What a dominant map, considering this is forZe's worst map statistically, and they are just trouncing Winstrike.
That is the most ridiculous thing, right? We kind of talk about how this one should be one that Winstrike should be able to pick up. There's a real possibility we head to that third map, but anything but easy or even have any chance, Winstrike. It's been ridiculous. So we'll see if forZe can clean it up, or will Winstrike start to script their way into it, gathering most of their forces outside of the B bomb site. All of them, in fact. They have one up towards short, the rest outside Monster. And will be the execute. The flash coming in. FizzCrack blinded, but he heads into the smoke. That'll... Oh my god, he's behind them. They have no idea he's here. This could be a big play from FizzCrack as they cross in front of him. The utility being used up. FizzCrack stuck on Elliot. He's stuck on Elliot. He should realize this, but he doesn't want to give away the position. And just like that, instantly, forZe win 16-6. All the kills seem to happen at the exact same time.
That was 5 kills in a second.
That was like a court-martial. Like, just gone.
Firing squad, mate.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a game from forZe. I mean, this is the team that we know and love, right? You know, Nuke was great fun. Like, they had a fantastic few T-side rounds, but that was just the most dominant affair we've seen all tournament.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. We know forZe is the favorite coming into this. We know that the team that have been the most dominant in the tournament so far. Yeah. And when they just keep on doing it, they really just know how to play this game.
Yeah, and it's so entertaining to watch as well. I mean, commiserations to Winstrike, obviously falling out in the semifinals. They did a great job of actually getting out of the groups with such a crazy amount of good teams in this tournament, of course. But not going to get further. forZe going to the grand finals. 1 win for them, and they lock in a spot at ESL One New York. But they've got to beat one more team, and well, that team has yet to be decided. It's going to be Optic versus Big. That's our next semifinal. So we'll be back after the break with that.